Assess a client's financial performance. Part A. One of my favorite business and sales topics is assessing a client's financial performance. In the first episode of a two-part session, we will explore a proven framework for assessing a company's financial performance. In the following session, we will break down a real-world example to illustrate this framework. Let's start by understanding the benefits of knowing your client's financial performance. First, it helps to build trust with client executives. Second, you can better show the benefits of your solutions. Third, it very often helps identify additional opportunities. We will dive into these later in this session. I want you to hear from a client about her expectations for meeting with a sales team. Not only is assessing a client's financial performance before you meet a must, but understanding their goals and how your solution can add value is key. Listen to what Don Garibaldi, a former supply chain executive at Procter & Gamble, has to say. An ideal situation is one where the seller knows our financial performance. Who wouldn't love for a vendor to be able to have that conversation? For publicly traded companies, almost all the information they need is out there. Think about how powerful it would be to have a seller start the discussion with something like, "We know you're building profit margin on price increases and that your volume is flat. Here's how we can get you to a more sustainable model with cost improvements as well." Unfortunately, I know very few sellers who are equipped to have this kind of conversation. A recent survey Siobhan Thatcher and I conducted at a Revenue Enablement Society event revealed that there is still much work to be done to enhance sellers' competencies. The question was posed to senior sales enablement leaders. They were asked to rank their sellers' financial competencies on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 meaning needs serious help and 10 meaning excellent. Only 5% responded excellent. 9% responded that sellers had a working knowledge. The remaining 86% responded improving, but with a ways to go or needing serious help. I want to help you on your journey to being a 10, excellent. Let's be honest. Most sellers I know, if given a choice between learning more finance or shoving bamboo shoots under their fingernails, grab the bamboo shoots almost every time. I used to be a professor of finance, and I think some of my colleagues unfortunately made finance a lot harder than it needed to be. Finance is the common language of business. People in product development must explain how a new product impacts the top line. Marketing wants to spend money on producing clever campaigns. They must demonstrate the impact on revenue and profit. IT wants to migrate to the cloud, which has technology benefits. But at the end of the day, they also need to show how doing so reduces costs, supports growth initiatives, and ultimately increases revenue. The list goes on and on and on. Each line of business has its own metrics and language, but when in an executive meeting, they speak in the language of finance. That's how they communicate with each other. And when you communicate with them, you also need to be able to explain how your solutions will enhance overall financial performance. Let's now explore what I like to call financial performance essentials. What is it? It is a company's financial performance over the last fiscal year or quarter. What is in it? Key areas of financial performance such as revenue growth, profitability, and utilization of assets. Where is it found? Insights into a client's financial performance are found in a variety of publicly available sources like annual and quarterly reports, investor presentations, and earnings releases and calls. Why is it important to sales organizations? There are many benefits to a seller knowing a client's financial performance. Here are 3 of the most important. Building trust. Being knowledgeable about their financial performance demonstrates your company's interest in their success beyond immediate sales. It builds trust as your business is seen as a partner who cares about their overall business well-being. Illustrating your value proposition. Being aware of their financial position enables you to demonstrate the value of your solutions in clear financial terms. You can show where solutions deliver the greatest value, like increasing revenue growth, expanding profitability, and increasing utilization of assets, making your proposition more compelling. Identifying growth opportunities. Knowing a customer's financial performance may highlight gaps in performance areas that your solutions can help close. It may also highlight areas the company is investing in or growing. This insight can guide you to offer complementary solutions that support your expansion plans. Remember, the objective of developing and using financial insights with a customer executive is not to provide a financial history lesson. Executives know the company's performance. The aim is for you to demonstrate that you have done your homework and can communicate in the language of finance, which is the language of business. In my experience engaging with client executives, these are 3 best practices when conversing with a client executive using your financial insights. First, identify a few areas of financial performance that your solutions can improve. If you provide customer insights, for example, then revenue growth will be a key area of performance. Areas like cost of goods sold and inventory are key areas if you provide supply chain efficiency solutions. You do not need to improve all areas of financial performance. I have one client that offers solutions that improve all areas of financial performance, but their approach is to find just 1 or 2 areas they know are high priorities for client executives. They start with these and then introduce the other areas later. Second, make the insights part of your conversation. They should not be the conversation. Executives do not want a financial history lesson. There must be some context for referencing your financial insights. I recommend sharing insights in the context of the company's goals. For example, you know that a company's goal is to expand profitability, yet you see that it is falling. You might say something like, "My understanding is that your goal is to increase profitability. In preparing for this meeting, I reviewed your company's profitability performance and saw that it has been declining. I'd like to learn more about your initiatives to enhance profitability and share with you how our solutions have helped other companies in your industry." Another tip about making your financial insights part of the conversation is to view your assessment from the stakeholder's perspective you are engaging with. Suppose your solutions help grow revenues. Stakeholders would likely include product development, marketing, and sales. Product development's view of revenue growth would include items like product success rate and emerging product demand. Campaign response rate and return on marketing investment are examples of marketing's perspective. Sales perspective would include items like customer retention, cross-sell and upsell, and new customers. The third best practice for sharing your financial insights is referring to performance trends and performance relative to peers and the industry. You do not need to reference specific numbers. You can if you want to, but my experience is referencing specific numbers can be a distraction unless you are talking to a financial executive. The client executive may start focusing more on the numbers than how your solutions can improve them. Here is a great example of making reference to trends versus specific numbers. One of our clients provides manufacturing automation solutions that help to lower the cost of goods sold, which includes items like materials, labor, and overhead. An account executive was preparing for a visit to one of a customer's manufacturing facilities where she would meet with the plant manager. To prepare, she reviewed the company's financial performance and especially how their percentage cost of goods sold was trending. It was trending upwards, which, all else the same, is not a good thing since it reduces profitability. During the visit, she commented that she saw that the company's percentage cost of goods sold was increasing and would like to ask some questions about why it was increasing. The account executive told me that the plant manager looked almost stunned. He shared with her that the company's chief operating officer just had a meeting challenging the plant managers and others to find ways to improve operational efficiencies and lower cost of goods sold. He arranged for her to meet with the COO so she could learn more and share how her company had helped other companies better manage the cost of goods sold. Notice she did not say something like, "I noticed that your percentage cost of goods sold has increased from 65% to 67%. It was not necessary. Let's summarize what we've learned in the session. To sell to client executives, you must speak their language, which is the language of finance. You do not need to be an MBA in finance to assess your client's financial performance. You simply need to follow these 3 best practices. Focus on the 1 or 2 areas of financial performance your solutions help to improve. Provide context when referencing your financial insights, like in the context of their goals. Refer to financial performance trends and relative performance. In our next session on assessing financial performance, I will conduct a real-world performance assessment to help you develop a deeper understanding of the selling benefits of finance. This is your call to action for today. Determine which areas of financial performance your solutions add the greatest value. This is a group effort. Pick a client or prospect and assess their financial performance for one of these areas. Practice how you would share your financial insights with a client executive. Another call to action is to click on the link in the video's description and download a complimentary copy of Amazon bestseller book, Insight-Led Selling. Until next time, happy selling. To learn more, visit us at FinListics.com.